Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 3 minutes past 10 on the 29th, leap year, 29th of February. We won't be having this day again for 4 years, so I hope we are all healthy and hearty and still bashing the bookies in 4 years' time. There'll be lots of changes in the world, the way it's gone in the last 4 years anyway. Where are we? We have a mixed bag for tomorrow, so you can take your pick what you want. We have one from Jebel Ali, one from Newbury, one from Fundalk, and one from Lingfield. All good prices. We had a non-runner in Tangential, which was the first one today, and then Delacaslunga won for the second time for us, and won absolutely hosed up. Obviously, it took it a bit of time to warm to the task in with his new yard, because it had decent form in Ireland. It was like second to Sandra Clegane at one stage, and it was sort of never in doubt the way it ran to a good big strong mare. And then when I was watching them coming out of the parade ring, walk in Clover, I was saying last night it needed to settle, but it didn't even settle coming out of the parade ring, going onto the track. It was pegging its head around the place. And sure, it must be 3/4 of the race doing the same crack. Like, you can't run it. It probably has the best engine in the race, I've no doubt about that. And the horse that won was pulled up 3 out of its last 4 races. How can we know what sort of form that was in? The market spoke about it then. We had all our energy used up. It was pity. There is a race or two in that, no doubt, but I'll have to leave it alone until it learns how to race. I thought they may have education the last day, or when they brought in. They were nearly better if they let it out in front there today, like they did in a stronger class race the last day. Might have lasted home. But then again, I'm no jockey. Anyway, on to tomorrow. Jebel Ali first. There's a race at 12:45. I know some of you don't like this kind of crack, but I was looking through. It's sponsored by Shadwell. It says there on the thing that it's 3-year-olds only, but it's far from it. I don't think there's any 3-year-old in the race. But Jim Crowley is riding a horse for Shadwell Laasudood, and it's a 7-to-1 shot, and they're paying 5 places. I thought that was an each way bet. Crowley has won on it twice. I think it's his only ride tomorrow. It won on it in Doncaster a mile in 2022, good to firm ground, and won in Medan, rated 90. Now the last day it ran, it was in a Group 3 in Jebel Ali. Jim Crowley rode it. It's only beaten by 5 lengths, but back to a handicap again tomorrow. That was won by Swing Vote of the Christopher gang. Tinbury Wells was 3/4 of a length in front of it, but on level weights. But we're getting £3 tomorrow. Crowley stays with it. It's a 7-to-1 shot. There's no prices up in the boxes here, but 365 has it at 7s and 5 places. Where do we go next? We'll go to Lingfield. We'll go on the Goo as well. We have 3 on the Goo tomorrow. A horse that we're familiar with as well. There's money for it. It was 12 a few minutes ago. That's why I chucked it in and paying 4 places. It's Base Note. We won on it a couple of times before. It has form at the track. Some of the other ones there hasn't form at the track, and it's important. I always think that you have form. It won last January for us. You can see there, beat Capital Theory. It won in Wolverhampton in December of 22. It won then in Lingfield. It's better at one won mile 2. And we were on Tyrrhenian Sea this day in the Quebec Stakes. And remember the day Tyrrhenian Sea came about 6 wide around the turn for home. Base Note got up to be second to show it likes this surface.
As they turn in, Blancheland first back towards home, leads by a length and a half over Youthful King. On the outside then is Zarabanda towards inside, making me do it. Down the outside, Base Note and Tyrrhenian Sea racing down towards the final half furlong. Tyrrhenian Sea down the wide outside in the hands of Jack Mitchell, racing up towards the line. Tyrrhenian Sea in the Quebec Stakes.
Tyrrhenian Sea went on to be third in the Winter Derby afterwards. Dragon Icon is the money horse there tonight. Had a bad run, 2 runs back, ran okay at a mile the last day, and Kempton to suggest a step up and trip its suit. I picked this because of the price and the 4 places. It was a 12 to 1 shot there. It's only a few minutes ago. It's into 9s there, but it's still available at 11s. Where do we go next? We go to Newbury. This is a sort of an iffy sort of a one because we have Man at Work back after 15 months off, and he won first time out over hurdles, and he beat none other than Grey Dawning. It looked to be horse going places, but he had a bad run after that. Then that was in 2nd of December 2022, which was 15 months ago, and hasn't been seen since. Wind surgery, so we don't know what to expect with that tomorrow. But a horse that we know the sort in form and likes the trip is the top weight, lightly raced enough, Hermino for Gary Moore. Freddie Mitchell takes off 5 because it went up 3 pounds for its last run in Sandown. But he's very inexperienced. That's the only thing about it. But if we look at its form, when it stepped up and trip behind White Rhino in Cheltenham the 50th of December recently there, then they brought it back and trip, no good. Up again then in Sandown. It was in a good class race. It was the race that we had a good, we had Ed Keeper in it and we had Transmission in it. He's in the quartered colours with the white cap.
On the far side, St. Davy, poised to pounce
That's
in the hands
there.
of John Joe. Then Scomalot
He
Leo.
makes a bad mistake at the last.
Hermino driven hard to lay down a challenge. Then behind these Dubrovnik, Harry, West Balboa. Behind those on the inside is then Wonderwall, and trying to run on is Gustavian, and the noseband still got some running in it by the look of things as they arrive at the second last. Scomalot Leo and Hermino. Hermino was awkward but just about led with St. Davy on the far side. Hermino, St. Davy, Scomalot Leo, then Dubrovnik, Harry, and Good Luck Charm. Transmission from the back in a pink cat, and a few chances here. Dubrovnik, Harry staying on well. Here's the last, Hermino and St. Davy in the air together, and it's St. Davy that just led from Hermino, and now Dubrovnik, Harry is trying to join in as they enter the final 100 yards. St. Davy's all out. Hermino is fighting on very gamely. It's St. Davy who's just going to do enough. St. Davy from Hermino.
That was a decent enough contest. This is a bit down in class. It's a class 3. They're paying 3 paces in a good few bookies, and he was 13 to 2 earlier. That's why I had him sort of picked. But there has been money for him. He's into 9 to 2 and 5 to 1 there, but he was 13 to 2. It's an each way bet. That's why I did picked out and saying over 3 places. The green bookie is the only one there, sort of quarter the odds, the first 2. The rest are all 3. Isn't that the 4? I don't Lingfield. Oh no, we have to go to Fundalk. Off to Fundalk, we got to go up to the Week County in Ireland. We have a 2-mile race here. Ryami has won a few when we didn't tip it. Remember the day we tipped it and it had won. It won the 29th of November, and they brought it back then to a mile and a half. We're back to that day. It didn't win. Distance wasn't right for it. It has 3 good races run, 1 since. 3 out of 5 there, 3 on the go. But he's gone from 56 up to 77. That's a stone and a half. And each way playing this is Liberated Light. They're paying 4 places. We backed this once before. This is a brother, or as I say, a full brother. I never could get that. If you're a brother, you're either a half brother or a full brother. Like, how can you be a brother and a full brother? Full brother, but I just say a brother. Brother to A Dream to Share, the bumper winner. That's with the Gleasons and Kylie's that JP bought. I was impressed with the time it won its maiden below in Killarney last July. I was there that day. And we back to then the time in Epsom. Do you remember the day that Belgo Prince won it for Tony Martin? We got the forecast up that day. It was in 36 quid or something, wasn't it? Or was it more? I can't remember. But I know we got it. And then we're looking at it again, the time, mile and a half. Didn't seem to be fair enough. The ground doesn't, this needs top of the ground. And had a decent run the last day, I thought, on ground not suitable. That is probably to get a handicap rating for goodish ground later on in the year. This could be a Galway hurdle horse, or I'd imagine. Not the Galway hurdle center, but a hurdle race in Galway or something. I think in fair ahead. Because they could get this in the 1 teens, you'd imagine. Back to 2 mile, it's suitable. If it stays around the same price, or it comes in a bit, you'd imagine it should be competitive. Like if it drifts out like a barge. But I think we can have a play on it tomorrow. Paying 4 places, 2 miles. Anyway, it's not that now, but this, to say. Shout out on the boss newcomer is Mike Pilling. If I missed anyone the last couple of days, if I get a chance, I'm sort of trying to get things organised for the year with courses for buses and licenses and driver qualification cards and stuff like that. It's not simple. But anyway, what do we do tomorrow's Friday? Yeah, bash the bookies over and out. I'm sort of half-minded tonight.